This was inspired by a meme last night. He started saying that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, asserting it with confidence. And my dad said, hold on a second.
No, he kept saying also that Joe Montana is the second best. He kept saying that. And here, look at me. I'm 75 years old, and I start arguing with a 13-year-old. I know, I mean the dream. I know you're watching this. You are terrific. So I'm just not putting you down at all. I'm putting me down. I'm a schmuck. I start arguing with a 13-year-old. And so here's the thing.
You couldn't help yourself. You covered Joe. You have a lot to say here, and you made some great points. Let's lay them out.
Okay. Now, I understand things going for Brady. He won 7 Super Bowls, Iggy?
7.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's also playing at 45 at an incredibly high level and just won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Two
teams he's won with, not one. So that's a big two.
That's a big deal. Yep. And Tampa wouldn't have won without him.
No. Nope.
Now, why the Niners don't have him is a whole other subject, but you want to poke your eyes out that they,
yes.
Right.
Yes. Trying to think of what their logic was that they used to not bring him in makes you want to scramble your brains. But yeah, that's in the past, and they got a new kid. So okay.
So Joe, now I want to be real clear. I'm not knowledgeable enough to say Joe is better than Brady. What I'm saying is I hesitate to call Joe the second greatest quarterback who ever lived, meaning Brady's the first, although I think you can make a case for Elway too, but let's leave him out of it. Joe won 4 Super Bowls and never lost a Super Bowl.
Right.
Brady has lost the Super Bowl. That's
he's lost 3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls. Joe never lost.
Yes.
And Joe came from behind to win.
Yes.
So I know that Brady did against,
Brady's great. We're not saying Brady's not great.
No,
Brady's great.
The other things about Joe, 2 things. Brady doesn't really move.
Right.
Joe he was a really good athlete. I think he was faster than you think he was. When he threw the pass for the catch, he ran right.
And when you watch that entire game, he made any number of throws on the move where you're like, whoa, this guy's surprisingly athletic.
Yes.
I mean, he could really move.
Yeah, he could really move.
Yeah.
And I think I've told you one time toward the end of his life, Bill Walsh had to give a talk about quarterback play. And he called me and he said, Lowell, I haven't watched these tapes in a long time. I was watching Joe and his voice got almost religious, like you're talking about an angel or something. And he said, every pass, Lowell, was exactly where it had to be.
Yep.
Every pass was exactly where it had to be. Now, I think here's one of them. I'm sorry?
Like he was an alien or something, right?
Yeah, he was just uncanny.
Yeah.
Finally, in a way, it's not fair to compare Brady and Montana because they're from different eras.
Exactly.
In boxing, you always say you can't compare fighters from different eras like Marciano and Ali. It's a whole other world.
Yeah.
So a couple of things. When Joe played, you could really hurt quarterbacks.
Yes.
He got hurt.
Yes, he did.
You could do that. You could hold wide receivers.
Yes, you could.
You could do those. So Joe's stats are not as good as Brady's or other people's. But if you were to say put him in the same era, which you can never do, so it's speculative, I think Joe's stats would have been comparable to Brady's.
I've done this exercise before. Back when I was with the Press Democrat a few years ago, it's some advanced math, but you look at what the average quarterback rating was in each era. When Joe Montana was a quarterback, the average quarterback rating in the NFL was 75. Now it's 92. So relative to the average, Joe was more above average than Tom Brady in terms of regular season numbers. And the thing about Joe is his numbers got better in the playoffs, which is no one does that. And he didn't have the longevity that Tom Brady had. That's the main thing that Brady has over Joe Montana is longevity, but that's a function of the rules.
Right. He got hurt.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't really talk about Brady because I didn't cover him. I covered Joe, and I'm not being chauvinistic because I don't root for the Niners. And Joe and I know each other, but we're not really close. I mean, we're cordial when we see each other, but we're not close. he was just great. And I think there's a case to be made. I mean, respectfully, that it's hard to decide between the two of them who's better. But boy, I'd like to have either one.
And there's one thing, Tom Brady couldn't have made the throw that led to the catch because he could never have been out there.
Right. That's very interesting.
And that's a big difference between the two. There was a little bit more that Joe Montana could do. They were both clutch. They were both accurate. Yeah, I would take Joe. It's an interesting argument. I think everyone's pretty much agreed that Tom Brady's passed him, but you have to look at the different eras.
Yes, that's really significant. Iggy, you said that was our last topic. I have another topic. Well,
we have a quick question, then we'll go to the last topic that you have, a bonus topic. If Mac Jones has a more successful rookie year than Trey Lance, will fans blame Jed? I don't know. The fans won't be happy. I don't know who they'll blame, but they'll not be happy if that happens. But I don't expect that to happen. I don't think Mac Jones is even going to play.